What is up, everyone? I am Bishop Brawler and you are watching the match video for MDL Week 6. We are facing the Smoochum Soviets, coached by Lord Groot and Enemmy. And I'm going to give you guys a warning real quick before we start the video. I played the match last night. I already know the result. I wanted to record the team builder right before the game, but I messed up and didn't record my voice, and I didn't have time to re-record it before the game, so it's post-commentated now. In addition, during the match I was recording, but I was also communicating with Drew via Pokemon Showdown at the same time, and I had to talk quietly because people were asleep around me, and all around was just a bad recording, so I decided to post-commentate the replay instead, because that's just higher quality. Trust me, you'll be happy that I did that. Anyway, into their team, they have, as you can see on screen, right above me, a Croagunk, a Spritzy, a Wingull, a Natu, a Larvesta, a Sandshrew, a Chinchou, a Teddiursa, a Starly, a Mask, an Electrike, and a Snover. So we were at first considering bringing Sand because Drill Burst Rock Slide would just hurt everything. Archon would be amazing in this matchup too. But we decided against it because Snover would just be able to remove Sand. And we didn't want that, because it would kind of put us in problem. Though we do have a Munchlax deal with Snover, so maybe it would have been smart, but it's too late now. This is the team we brought. The Munchlax is the first thing we decided on, because simply put, we needed to deal with Wingull. Wingull is a giant threat for us because it ignores webs, and it's 19 speed, so it's super fast. It's speed type Talo, which is just really bad for us. We need to reliably deal with it. Munchlax is one of the best Wingull counters in the game, so we went with it like this. This just walls it to all hell and back. Rock Slide hits Larvesta and Wingull and Natu and Snover and Starly, pretty much everything on their team. Earthquake hits Croagunk, hits Electrike, hits Chinchou. It's just solid coverage. What is it? Edgequake coverage, that's what we call it. Edgequake coverage is just really good, and Body Slam is a nice stat move. Maybe maybe should have been Facade for burns from Wingull, but whatever. Body Slam is a solid stat move that can also pair up Spritzy if we get in 1v1 with that. Next up we have Talo. We decided to go with, once again, a similar set to what we... we haven't brought the set yet. We were going to bring something like this to the game versus Levi, but we didn't end up doing that. So, because we never played that game. Anyway, Boom Burst is just a ridiculously good move against them. They have no resistance to it. Literally none. So, supposedly we can get a kill every time this comes in, which is really nice. Quick Attack revenges pretty much most things on his team if we need to. It does a chunk to Wingull. It can take out Croagunk if we want to. It can take out maybe Chinchou or Starly or Electrike along those lines if we need to. It's just nice draft priority. U-turn gives momentum, and Brave Bird for if we really want to knock out a Snover or a Larvesta, I guess. We're probably not going to click Brave Bird. Next up we have Jesus Kid. We did decide to go with webs, but it's a weird first I want to talk about webs though. They do have a Natu that can reflect our webs, I know that. But we were going to get past that by setting up agility on their switch to Natu, then ice beaming it twice. The agility makes sure we outspeed it, even if it's fast, so that it doesn't speed tie us. And then we could either Baton Pass out or just set up webs on whatever the next Pokemon is. And that way we'll slow down most of our team. Agility Pass is also just really good strategy because if Minccino, which I'll be going over, gets fast, it's just really fucking good and it's going to run over their team probably. Speaking of Minccino, we have Water AMZ Minccino with Aqua Tail. That just OHKOs Larvesta so that we don't get Flame Body burned. Tail Slap does pretty much hits his entire team very hard except for your Mask. And lastly, we have Knockoff and U-turn as utility moves. We didn't need more than Tail Slap and Aqua Tail here. And Knockoff hits your Mask, of course. Next up, we have Worst Drew. This thing sets up Stealth Rock through Natu. That's why we have it. That's what it's for. We really want Rocks up this game because his team is really weak to Rocks. But that should be a main priority. And really need to just pretty much set those up turn 1 and we're fine. Once again, Edgequake coverage is really solid, especially rock moves are so good against them, holy shit. Rapid Spin for if they do manage to bounce back our webs and we just want to remove them, or we want to remove rocks or something. And the last two we have Phantom, which is our spin blocker, MK's ladder score, subseed set, standard subseed set, nothing special about this. It takes advantage of Spritzy, which is kind of cool. But that's about it. Honestly, I don't have much to say about the team. It's super standard. Plus, I already know the results. So going to in depth, if I go too in depth, I'm scared I'll spoil the result on accident. This will likely be a very short video, since going over replay simply takes shorter than playing an actual game, and this was a short team builder. But the team is fairly standard. We are looking for normal spam webs to put in some work. We are extremely offensive, hope to keep up the pressure and win like that. And we'll go into the game now. I'm not gonna keep going because I will spoil something if I do. So go ahead and have some fun. I'll see you guys there. And we're back! Third time is a charm. I have been messing up this recording time and time again. Okay, here we go. As we can see, they brought a team of Wingull, Sandshrew, Spritzy, Larvesta, Groot, and Starly, and this is not at all the team we prepped for. We didn't prep for Starly, we prepped for a goddamn Natu, we prepped for a Chinchou if we had to deal with it, stuff like that, not for fucking Starly and the Sandshrew and stuff, and Groot even, we kind of overlooked that, which is just stupid. But whatever, we're gonna go into the game. Immediately, we just want to get up webs, because they have no Natu. We forget that we really wanted to get up our rocks, and we get faked up by Groot, and that pretty much tells us, okay, he does have Nasty Plot. We set up Sticky Webs, he does have Nasty Plot. We Ice Beam, he sets up another Nasty Plot. Well, we're fine at this point in time, because we can revenge kill this with Drillbur, because it lives a +4 vacuum wave, which is exactly what happens. He vacuum waves us, we kill this guy with Life Orb Earthquake, no problems at all. But Drillbur's really weak, we cannot set up rocks here anymore. We probably should have set up rocks, if I'm honest, because setting up rocks there is big, but we just want to spin block. Sorry, I need this is going very fast. So, what happened there? We probably should have set up rocks, because Drillbur wasn't really worth anything, but we didn't want to remove our webs. For some reason, we still felt like webs were important, even though they had two flying types, a Spritzy which is slow, a Groot which is dead, a Sandshrew which is slow, and a Larvesta which is likely to be slow. Like, that may be fast, but still. We shouldn't have worried so much about our webs, we should just set up rocks. We switch out Drillbur into Phantom to spin block, he sets up his own rocks, which is going to cripple our Tailo, because we can't spin anymore because Drillbur dies to rocks on switch in now. He then goes into Larvesta. We just set up a sub on that switch and we lead sheet him, which is perfectly fine. He goes for flame charge. I start doing some calcs here to see how Munchlax fares against this thing. I see that it is perfectly fine, so I just go into Munchlax right there. He flame charges again, he goes to +1 speed. It doesn't matter because Munchlax takes nothing from that. He goes for Flame Charge again, he apparently forgets Munchlax gets Rock Slide, because that's what we click, and he's dead. Munchlax is weakened now, which is a problem, as he goes Starly here. Now this is pretty much the moment that I realized, wait, what the fuck do we do against this Starly? Like, this is a huge problem. We weren't ready for this. What the hell do I do? Like, so we just sack Drillbur, and then we are like, what the fuck do we do now? We go back into Munchlax, get our Berry Juice, which is lucky that we managed to get that. And we click, I believe, we click Recycle. We wanted to go down to Recoil. As we get our Berry Juice back and we go, this is a huge misplay by me, by the way. That switch to Minccino is huge. I should never in my life have done that. I made the call to do that because I predicted knockoff into FSD moves, so that's fine. But there's nothing to gain from this switch into Minccino. Even if we do get in safe, which is exactly what happens, we get in safe, we can't do anything. We should have just gone Phantom, which we already have seen does a lot of work, because we know he has Stealth Rock. He didn't go for Knockoff, which is a big tell that we can put in a lot of work against him. Should have just gone Phantom. Then we have this Minccino perfectly safe, but he Rock Tombs. And we are still at speed, we Tail Slap. It doesn't matter. It does damage, sure, a lot of damage, because Minccino is kind of bullshit for an unranked Pokemon. And you do Earthquakes and we're dead. Like, now we have no Minccino. Minccino was our most important Pokemon, and we just lost it like that because it's my bad. Like, that's just my fault. Really, now we're in trouble. So we can Tailo, pick up this kill on the Sandshrew, obviously, like that is an easy kill. And now we're on the back foot, because Tailo can't win this game on his own with speed, a Wingull we tie, and a Scarf Starly. He goes to Wingull, and we go into Munchlax, which is our last way of winning, by the way. This is our only way of winning at this point in time. Because it walls his team. Yes, Starly does about 75% with Brave Bird, right? But he takes a shit ton of recoil, we can spam Berry Juice on that. As long as we are out of range initially, he cannot kill us with Starly, and he's going to die first. So this Munchlax is super important right now. We need to keep it safe, but we also have to switch it into this Wingull, because our other Pokemon can deal with it. So we switch in this Munchlax, he Ice Beams, which we all didn't see coming, and we're frozen. And we get frozen. That's the game. Right there. That turn is the game. Because Munchlax can no longer recycle stuff, meaning, what the hell am I supposed to do? That's just really, really bad. Because he goes into Spritzy. And in the event that I am not frozen in this situation, I just stay in. I start body slamming it, trying to go for a para. I start maybe recycling up. It's like, I can go and I will do this calc for you on my phone real quick. Just since I don't want to open the calc on my computer, because that would show up in the recording. Let me calc this. Okay, so we get Munchlax out here. Munchlax. Recycle. Yeah, this is standard. We are standard set. He is Spritzy, most likely also standard set. I mean, once he brought this out, I knew it was Calm Mind. I am calcing, right? +6, Moonblast. That is actually a lot more damage than I thought. Huh. Spritzy is stronger than I thought, damn. Either way, it would have to get to like +6, and we can just pair it with Body Slam and just be annoying in general. I don't think there was a realistic situation in which this Spritzy would have been safe here. Because we also do damage to it. Like, it's not like we do nothing. We do, with Body Slam, like I believe 30% or so. So we just pressure him really heavily. Yeah, we do like 30%. Yeah. So we would deal with this Spritzy with Munchlax easily, but now we're in trouble. Because now he gets a free Calm Mind because we're frozen. We can't stay in. Right? So what do? We go to Phantom, which is fine. Right? Because we need to deal with this. And we click Leech Seed, which misses, but that doesn't matter too much. I see Moonblast does a shit ton of damage. Granted, if we get a Leech Seed, we could probably just sub here. But we sub anyway, and he switches out, so it's like the Leech Seed miss never happened. We'd be at higher HP, I guess, which would have been nice. We get another Harvest from the Oranberry, but it doesn't matter. As we Willow... Yeah, we really want to Willow that Starly. If we Willow that Starly, there's still a chance. Otherwise, there just isn't. As he goes back into Starly, as we go back into Lax, that's game, because Lax is in Brave Bird range now, does 70%, it's a minimum. As we sack both Phantom and Munchlax to get Starly into Quick Attack range of Artelo. And we click Quick Attack, we get this kill at least. Then Wingull comes out, and we have to win this tie. And we don't, in hindsight, I heard that this set is apparently... that it was Scarf Wingull. I don't know why this opened. Get away. This was Scarf Wingull, so this wasn't a tie, so it's fine. But either way, even if we win this tie, that Spritzy is way too high HP for Taylor to deal with. So that would be game anyway. Yeah. Okay. I can sit here and talk about how that freeze lost us the game and how we get hacks and stuff. Yes! That freeze did lose us the game. Directly lost us the game. But honestly, this game was just garbage by us. I'm gonna mainly take this blame on myself because I was the main factor involved in the team building and the playing here this game since Drew was on phone, and I generally take kind of control during playing and building because that's the kind of person I am, which whatever. But yeah, this was just garbage. Honestly, our prep was really bad. I don't know why we didn't have Archen when they had a Scarf Starly. I don't know why we weren't Sand, because yes, they have a Snover, but Snover has a garbage matchup against any team with a Munchlax. Because I believe, like, I'm gonna once again get my phone here to do the calc. Snover, like, Woodhammer does still 0. I'm pretty sure. Or, well, probably not 0, but not a lot. Yeah, it's 2 KO, but like... we just recycle on it. It doesn't matter what Snover does to Munchlax. It's never killing Munchlax. We should have just gone with Sand and then Munchlax, because that would have won here. I genuinely don't really know why we didn't. And it is incredibly stupid that we didn't. Yes, they have a Sandshrew, but Archen walls the ever-living daylight out of Sandshrew, defensive Archen. Especially it had Rock Tomb in hindsight, but I'm not talking about hindsight. Even that Rock Slide doesn't do too much to defensive Archen. Wingull gets walled by Munchlax, Snover gets walled by Munchlax, Spritzy gets just killed by Life Orb Drillbur, Larvesta gets outsped and killed by Life Orb Drillbur and Sand, Krogunk dies to Life Orb Drillbur and Sand, we don't get in trouble with a nasty plot Krogan in the earliest turns, since we only need Hippo to set the sand and he does that in one turn, no problems there, and we can just Warwind it out with Hippo itself. This should have been a sand team. And it sucks. It really does. But shit happens. And then in the game, we didn't keep up the momentum at all. Mainly reason for that was that Scarf Starly that we just didn't have switch-ins to. That was just bad on our part. Like, really bad. Arkan could have easily put in so much work this game, but what do you do? I must say their draft showed something to me that I'm going to take into account for future games, for sure. And that regards the way people prep for us. Because, yeah, I'm not going to go into depth about it, I don't want to spoil, but I will say that something in their team has given me a very clear signal what I need to do for my next few games to actually win one more and guarantee playoffs. We are nearly guaranteed playoffs. Some weird stuff has to happen for us not to make playoffs. But one more win will secure it for sure. And I want that one more win. I just really want that last win to secure it for sure. So we can meme against Jocks. Essentially, that's what the goal is. Next week we're facing Phil. Which is an interesting game. He has a very interesting slow web steam that I'm not going to bother showing right now. You'll see that all next week. It's going to be fun building for Phil, honestly. And with that, I'm going to see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace.